when I was a kid, my mom used to say, I was born one day. I wasn't born yesterday. But apparently that's what the government thinks of us. But this entire Epstein thing, they think that we were born yesterday. They think that we don't have no clue what's going on out in the world. That we don't know that powerful people cover up for themselves and their friends. Because it makes no sense. All the time that we wasted and waited to find out who was on that Epstein list, to find out what was going on, and we were waiting for arrest. We were waiting for people to go to jail, waiting for people to go to prison and be held accountable for the things that they were doing in conjunction with Epstein. Ghislaine Maxwell was held accountable. Jeffrey Epstein wouldn't have offed himself. That's what they said. But then they said, oh, we're going to release the footage. We're going to release the client list. We're going to release the flight logs. Only for them to turn around and say what? There's nothing to see here. Everybody go home. There's nothing to see here. There's no client list. There's no nothing. We made a fuss over the past couple of years about nothing. We don't believe that. Like I said, we were born one day, but it certainly wasn't yesterday. So we're going to go over to Twitter. We're going to find out what people are saying. Department of Justice and FBI have concluded that there is no evidence that Jeffrey Epstein blackmailed powerful figures, kept their client list, or was taken out. Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for people to no one. Pam Bondi and Kash Patel released the Epstein files. People want to know exactly what happened. Stop lying to us. We deserve to know. Here it says, nobody has been photographed more times with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell than Donald Trump. A lot of people are saying, hey, the reason why this stuff isn't getting released is because good old Donnie Tiny Hands is in it. That's why it's not being released. They don't want to put out what's actually going on with this guy because the president is in it. If Jeffrey Epstein never kept a list, what was this about? I believe this was when they said a bunch of influencers got access to the Epstein files, right? Apparently the White House was supposed to have given them a bunch of binders. These are influencers that came back and said, hey, I know what's going on. Stuff is going to be released soon. All the conversations that happened in the past couple of months, like, hey, something's going to be released soon. We have some evidence. We're just waiting to finalize some stuff and release it to the public. And then what do they come back and say? There's nothing to see here. We were born one day, but it was not yesterday. It says breaking. Department of Justice and FBI now said Jeffrey Epstein has no client list and died by his own self-inflicted harm. Pam Bondi, this is in March. She said the FBI has tens of thousands of Epstein videos. Kash Patel, the FBI director, in April, he says they vanished. July, Department of Justice, no names, no lists. They had tapes. Now they have amnesia. We were born one day. We were not born yesterday. Tell us what's going on.
Again, logical play out. If there was a video of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
Tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with and there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going.
These people, man, they said it clear as day. Hey, if there's a video, Kash Patel said on day one, if I become the FBI director on day one, I'm releasing the information. On day one, he did not release the information. We're about 180 days in, and we're finally getting word of what was in the files. Nothing. All the fuss that they've made over the past couple of months, only for them to turn around and say, hey, you guys are tripping. What are y'all making a fuss about? We told you we would go through it. Tens of thousands of hours, flight logs. We told you guys we were going to go through it and we were going to hold the people accountable. But that was the last time I checked. You know, updates happen. Updates do happen. It's just that this latest update that you're giving, I think is some So, and this is especially important to the right wing, to MAGA, because they said during Biden, hey, the government is trying to cover this up. We believe in Trump. He's going to tell us everything that's going on. These people really look us in the face every day and lie to us. The people that we elected to lead this country, to take care of this country, to secure this country for future generations. They look at us every day. Like, I remember I was watching a Joe Rogan interview, and there was somebody that was saying, hey, I think Epstein might have been a spy. You know, he had access to a lot of people, a lot of resources, and nobody really knows where it came from. The guy had a private jet, he had an island, and he had benefactors that were taking care of him and making sure that he had the best of what the world had to offer. But nobody really knew where his money came from outside of gifts and him dealing with powerful people. So they thought, oh, maybe he's a asset for some government somewhere. And that's where all the accusations of him having these clients came from. So if that was the case, right, there was a motive to have him taken out. He has people's secrets. He has videos of people doing things that they absolutely have no business participating in. If that's the case, a case can be made for people wanting to take him out. The people that he has to deal with are rich, famous, they're powerful, they have resources. Our suspicion didn't come out of nowhere. It's not like we made this thing up. It's not like we want to say, that guy did it. I know we did for our own fun, enjoyment, and entertainment. He was in prison for something. Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison for something. But you're saying there's no list of like clients? There's no list of anybody that had any sort of thing to do with him. They have no records of the things that he was doing, the things that Ghislaine Maxwell was helping him to do. But she's in prison for something. She did something. Like I said, I was born one day, but it wasn't yesterday.